Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today I'm doing another movie review, and this time I'm going to review one of my childhood favorite movies that I grew up watching as a kid, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So we all know that the story begins with a secret railroad connecting both the island of Sodor and Shining Time, and the main antagonist, Diesel 10, returns to Sodor to try and find and destroy the lost engine lady, which was hidden away up in Muffle Mountain in the Shining Time universe, and with Burnett Stone trying to fix her up. And they solve the mystery of the Magic Railroad, and they make more gold dust for Mr. Conductor. And that's how the story goes, and I'm going to explain my thoughts on it and how I loved it. Obviously, when I first watched the movie as a baby and a child, I really loved it. I think when I was a baby, it was really the first movie I've ever seen as a child, and I loved it. Although there is plenty of people out there that hate it, and I know why, and let me tell you, it's not going to be all that great. Basically because when the movie was first shown in 2000, this was around before I was born. So yeah, and the reason the people hate it when it was first shown in theaters back in 2000, the people in the US didn't like it because the story plot was so confusing that they couldn't follow it. And over in the UK, they hated it because they were unfamiliar with Shine Time Station. Now when I first saw Thomas, I was like, why is there a Shine Time in Thomas and the Magic Railroad? I never seen Shine Time before. And eventually I figure out why. Back last year in 2018, I was looking at all sorts of Shine Time Station episodes on YouTube, and I was like, oh, it makes sense now. So that's why there was a Shine Time in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, because when Thomas was coming over to America, they made another show called Shine Time Station with him in it. So it all made sense. I thought they just put it there just to put live action stuff in the Thomas thing. But it all made sense, and I thought that was very clever of Britt Allcroft bringing both Thomas and Shine Time together. So yeah. And now I'm going to explain how other reasons of what the movie was originally going to be, because plenty of Thomas fans know that this was not the movie that Britt Allcroft wanted to be. There was a totally different one that was supposed to happen. And let's go and explain it. So, the original voice behind Thomas was supposed to be voiced by taxi driver John Bellis, but he wasn't able to voice it, and he got replaced with Eddie Glenn. It's because the American test audience didn't like his Liverpudlian accent, and it made Thomas sound too old. So yeah, I'm so sorry for you, John Bellis. Oh boy. Now, moving on is Diesel 10, who was originally voiced by Keith Scott, eventually got replaced with Neil Crone. They replaced him because his voice sounded too scary for children. And the original voice behind James and Percy were supposed to be voiced by the UK Thomas and Friends narrator Michael Angelis, but he also got replaced because his voice sounded too old, and he got replaced with Linda Valentine and Susan Roman, the two girls who played in a series called Sailor Moon. And then there was supposed to be another villain that was supposed to be the main villain, which is P.T. Boomer, played by Doug Lennox, who sadly passed away back in 2015. But yeah, he was supposed to be the main villain, but he was also cut from the movie because the test audience found him too scary for the kids. And I don't see why that's possible, because when I looked at the original chase sequence on YouTube, I thought he didn't look scary whatsoever. Well, that's probably because I'm a teenager now, which means I'm not scared of anything anymore as I used to be. So yeah, and after that, the test audience forced Britt Allcroft to change the movie altogether. And George the Steamroller was supposed to be in it too as one of Diesel 10's minions. Diesel 10 hired George to try and destroy each buffer to see which one connected to the Magic Railroad. And after he did that, Diesel 10 promised George the Steamroller to take down the turntable and turn it into his own roller skate rink, if I said that right. Which is kind of confusing. I don't know why he would turn the turntable into a roller skating rink. That's kind of weird. But anyways, moving on. And Cranky was supposed to make an appearance in the movie too, but as a quiet character. There was going to be one scene where he drops or dumps loads of oil cans on diesel tin, but the scene got changed to where he got dumped in coal, like in the final version. So yeah, that's basically what happened in the original version. P.T. Boomer got removed, the original voices behind the Thomas characters got removed, and also the reason Edward, the Blue Engine, the reason he wasn't in the movie is because his model didn't get built in time, and that there wasn't enough screen time for him in the movie, so yeah, that's quite sad. But hey, it doesn't matter. I still love the movie, and I know there's some people out there that love Thomas and the Magic Road, while most hate it. It may have been a huge box office bomb, but who cares? It made it the merch, and there's some people out there that loved it, whether the plot was confusing or not. So yeah, I still love the movie as a child. I don't care what those bad people say about the movie. Or, I mean good people that say bad reviews. Never mind, you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, well, that was basically my review on Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Let you guys know about this, and I'll be doing more reviews like this coming soon. And if you guys do like trains like this, then go to my second channel, Road Philosophy Productions, where you can check all out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.